So I guess just get closer a little bit. Yeah. Pretty good. Alright, let's do this. Alright guys, so we have a new guest. We got KorbinTheSaint in the building.
Yes.
#1 Saints fan ever. Yeah, we actually went to high school together for 4 years, so I'm glad to have him on the show. Corbin, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Let's see. Born and raised in Houston. I play football, not from a university, but I really like football, really into football. I'm a Saints fan. In school to be a geologist. Went to school to do business, but found my true calling. And just living life right now. Just living life.
That's nice. So how are the Saints doing this year? Are they killing it, or are they?
So it took us a while. When I say us, I'm talking about Saints, because I'm basically a Saint myself.
You're a Saint, okay.
It took us a while to get our defense adjusted. Like we all saw last year, we could have made it to the playoffs if he would have just tackled the guy, the Viking. But because he wanted to hit him and not wrap up and tackle, that's something we learned in middle school, we didn't get to the playoffs. And I definitely believe if we would have got the playoffs, we would have won a Super Bowl. But that's another story. But this year, the first game, I think we lost to the Buccaneers. Our defense was not where it's supposed to be. It was one of those high-scoring games, like 50-something to 40-something. That's not good. That means your defense sucks. You scoring that many points. But after that, we're three straight wins, so I'm pretty good. Feeling pretty good about this season. Then Alvin Kamara, that guy, he's an animal.
He's a beast.
He doesn't play with a mouthpiece. He plays with a grill in his mouth. So you know he's about that action.
That's good.
He doesn't kill his mouthpiece. I don't understand that.
Okay, so this is what I gotta say though. Like that was a special throw. Like I know y'all lost against the Vikings, but like you witnessed like that. Like that's a miracle throw.
See, no, that's the thing though. The throw was perfect.
That was perfect.
The catch was perfect. But the thing is, when he caught the ball, he caught the ball like this, right? His back was towards his end zone.
For sure.
So he didn't know what was behind him. He just knew that he caught the ball, right? It was like 5 seconds left. And that was their last. They had no more timeouts.
That was it.
So all the Saints guy had to do was either push him out of bounds, stop the clock, and then try that again, which they probably wouldn't have gotten it, or just tackle him. If you would have tackled him on the field, time would have run out. Saints would have went on the playoffs. But he wanted to hit him as he came down. He hit him, but he hit too low and he went between his legs, and he stayed on his feet and got the touchdown.
Yeah.
That's something you won't see ever happen again. Like that's one of those memorable moments.
Yeah.
Like, I would have fired that guy.
Is he still playing for the Saints?
I don't know. I don't think so. No. If I was the head coach, I'd fire him. You learn to wrap up in middle school, and you in the NFL, you can't wrap up. No way. And you missing that one tackle. Maybe you missed a tackle earlier in the game. That's fine. You got a first down. That's fine.
You gotta feel bad for him though, right? Like he's gonna live with that, like.
Yeah, I mean.
Like forever.
He did to himself though.
He did to himself.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey mom. No, it's all good. Okay, another interview right here. No, it's all good. We'll edit it out. We're good. No, it's fine. Like,
Can I go?
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
It's
Alright.
Yeah, so okay, so the Saints, man, they're back on it. I actually stopped following football once Peyton Manning retired. I was very mad.
Oh, you were a Broncos.
I was Broncos. I still am. I mean, we have a good quarterback now. Or he's decent.
Who's your quarterback? Is it Case Keenum?
Yeah.
Yeah, Case Keenum.
Yeah, we got Case Keenum.
He's pretty good.
So we'll see what he does this year. He did pretty well last year, but we'll see. For us, it's the same thing, defense. Like, if we don't have a good defense, like, we're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
So, same thing with the Saints. Okay, so tell us a little bit about, like, you're in college right now. Tell them where you're going.
I go to Prairie View University.
Gotcha. Okay, and so what do you think about the school, man? Just be real with us. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it?
So, I'll do this. I'll tell you my experiences, and then I'll let you draw your context clues.
Okay.
So, when freshman year, orientation, I come to the school. I need to sign up for classes. The guy who signed me up for classes puts me in these wrong classes or whatever. So I have to end up fixing that. And they put me in this TSI class, saying that my TSI score was not high enough to take college algebra. So I had to take a TSI class my first semester.
Okay.
It didn't count for credit, and whatever grade I got didn't count towards my GPA. So, you know, that didn't make any sense. But whatever, I didn't score high enough on TSI, whatever.
You took the test?
Yeah, I took the TSI test.
Yeah.
I aced that class. Then, like, midway through the class, they give you a test, and if you pass that test, then you don't have to take the class anymore. Obviously, I passed that test. It was easy, right? Then I think they put a hold on my account like 4 different times for reasons that wasn't even my fault. I think I owed $27, right?
Yeah.
I go to pay that $27. 3 months later is the end of the second semester, so I'm trying to register for classes that I'm in this year, right? And when I go, classes start at like 12 midnight. That's when you can, get in. So I'm doing it. Me and James are doing it. And then it says you have a hold in your account, and you can't register for classes. So I didn't get any of the teachers I wanted. So I go to the I don't even know what they're called. The people who give me my classes. I go to him, my advisor.
Gotcha.
I go to my advisor the next day, and he says, "No, man, you don't have any holds in your account, as far as I can see." I said, "No, I can tell you I have a hold in my account. I can't register for classes right now." He says, "Let me look again." He says, "Oh." He says, "You have a hold in your account for $27.13 because you didn't pay that. But if you owe money to the university under $30, you can still register for classes. $27.13 is under $30." And he says, "Yeah, you don't have a TSI hold or anything. You already passed the class. That's fine." So I go to the people who I paid, and I go, "Hey, I have a hold in my account for $27.13. And she says she looks it up. He's like, "No, you paid 3 months ago." I said, "Exactly." She says, "It must be another part of the university." I was like, I doubt that I owe another part of the university the exact same amount of money I just paid you 3 months ago. So I go to her boss. The boss is like, "Hey, can you sign this paper for me?" Just out of the blue. I was like, what is this paper?" She goes, "Oh, we never sent the invoice through. So the system doesn't know that you paid. This is why they put the hold in your account." So I said, "Okay, you know what? Fine." Signed the paper, got the invoice in through, took that hold off my account.
Gotcha.
That night, I'm registering again for classes. And I get all my classes right, and then my last class I want to get is my math class. Register for math class. You cannot register for math class right now because there is a TSI hold in your account. I said, okay, that's fine. Next thing you know, I try to go to his office. He's not there. He went to lunch. Not here. He can't do it right now. He's busy. Da-da-da. Then I said, "You know what? Let me make an appointment." I go make the appointment. I come on the appointment date. They said, "All the advisors are out. Have a great summer." So now, up until like the first couple of days of school, I didn't have a math class.
Okay.
So I had to get stuck with like a crappy math teacher. That sucked.
Did you get through it?
I'm still in there right now. Like,
What's the class?
it's college algebra.
Gotcha.
Like, what the heck? They didn't let me take it second semester because of the TSI hold.
Against you.
And then now I have to take it again. Now I have to take it.
Okay.
So
I see what you're saying.
a lot of stuff. Here's how it works at PV. If you don't talk to someone face to face, nothing will get done. But I guess it's like that in a lot of schools. What they always say, it's like that in a lot of schools. It's not just PV. Well, I'm just letting you know. It's definitely at PV. A lot.
Definitely at PV. Okay. So, tell me, I know high school, that last year you were trying to decide what you were gonna do. What were some of your options? Some of the things you were looking at? Maybe talk to us about pursuing football. For the Saints. You were gonna be the running back.
So, see, that's the thing. I was good at the running back position, but I don't like getting tackled. And the thing is about defense, especially playing football on the southwest side of Houston, they like hitting you hard. Like when I play defense, I tackle to get the person down. I'm not gonna try to hurt you. They want to hurt you, so that's why I don't like playing defense. I don't like playing offense. Right? I'm I'm good at free safety, which is more my position. Because I play linebacker, but then you hitting the running back every time. Your headshot hurt. I don't like that. I don't know. I like getting headaches all the time. I don't know how they do it. So then I was like, the positions I would play, I don't want to play wide receiver because I like hitting wide receivers too. And they love hitting wide receivers.
Yeah.
Like the safeties, the strong safeties, especially, they love hitting wide receivers. So I'd rather play free safety because I got so good. Not to brag about myself, but there's some people that know I got so good at catching a football that one, I tried to do it with one hand, and then two, like I was catching one hand before Odell. Let's just put that on the record.
Are you saying? Okay.
I swear.
Odell.
I was catching footballs before Odell was. One hand like that. I got so good at catching the football at wide receiver that literally no one could stop me. It was unfair advantage whenever we played outside. So then I would start playing wide receiver with only one hand. Still unfair advantage. So then I was like, you know what? Now I'm only going to play defense. So I started playing free safety. So it was like, let's see if I can catch the ball when they're not trying to throw it to me, right? Still unfair advantage. It got to the point where I got so good at football because I just played it every single day. You do something every single day for 4 years, you're going to get good at it. So I just started playing all-time quarterback. And then I throw dots. That's all I'm going to say. I throw dots now.
So did you eventually play for a team?
So, like through high school?
Yeah,
or
high school.
High school, yeah, I played for Westbury.
Okay.
But the thing about Westbury is the coaches. So the varsity coach, when I was playing JV my junior year, I played JV my junior year. Because no one knew me, because I had to play from home school, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. So no one really knew me. I didn't have any. So I played JV, played free safety. I got 2 picks in the season, a lot of tackles, a lot of tip passes. So then next year, all seniors had to play varsity, so I was on varsity. And he didn't. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. I didn't get to play a single minute of a game once. Then it came to twice. Then it came to 3 times. And the thing is, I knew I was better than a starting free safety. I knew 100%, hands down, was better. Like, this dude was getting destroyed. And he wouldn't put me in the game. He wanted to try to put me in at the end. I was good at the position, but that's, like, he put me in for one play and took me back out. What? They play favorites at Westbury, so I didn't like that at all. So
you didn't have the credentials, I guess, like at the time.
See, that's the thing though. A lot of people knew me from playing JV, and they knew I was good at free safety, and they were like, "Come on, go talk to coach. Why he ain't playing you, bro? Bro, he starting free safety trash, bro. Like, come on, go talk to coach." I want to talk to coach, right? And that summer, going from junior to senior year, I had stuff to do. I went on geology trips. I had a job, you know. He told me, this is exact words he told me. He said, "You think because you caught a couple picks on JV, I'm going to start you on varsity? When you didn't even come to summer practice?" They practice from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day of the summer. How you practice 12 hours a day and you still trash? 12 hours. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Monday through Friday? Or?
Monday through Friday. That is against, like, the rules. So what they would do, because you can't, HSD rules, you can't practice that long. Like, that's against the rules. So what they did was, if the players go out there and the coaches are standing around, technically that's not practice. That's just the players all together in the same area and the coaches happen to be there, right? So that's not practicing. So it's not breaking the rules. That's what they did. And they practiced 12 hours of trash.
So when it comes to football, like, do you feel like it kind of fell in its place? Like, you did kind of want to pursue it?
Yeah, I did.
But then you thought, you know what, maybe it's not the best thing right now.
Yeah.
Or, like, I should probably do something else.
I feel like if I would have went to Westbury State Energy, that I'd be playing football in college right now.
In college?
Yeah. Because the thing is, although I haven't played football in a long time, like I said, when you do something every day for 4 years, you can't forget it. Like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You can't forget how to ride a bike.
So why did you go to Energy? I'm curious.
My parents actually chose it.
Okay.
So
why'd you stay there?
I stayed because it was easy. And so when I was in 8th grade, my parents said, Energy or Westbury? when I was in 8th grade, I played football. I said, I want to go to Westbury for football. Because I think I can really pursue the football thing. But they were like, no, we're going to send you to energy. And then I was there with James and Sharon, right? And then after sophomore year, it was me, James, Sharon, Nathaniel, and Ralph. I went to middle school, elementary school, all these guys, right?
Yeah.
Well, not Sharon, but we met Sharon in middle school, but so I wouldn't leave that because I wouldn't know anybody at Westbury, and then I'm already 2 years in. I didn't want to transfer schools, and then Westbury, if you selling drugs, you in the game, I don't want to try to get rid of that. And then I was smart, so the schooling there was easy. At like this project-based learning stuff, this was easy. So I was like, they don't do that in no other schools. So I'd rather stay there where I'm comfortable at and get that done.
Okay, gotcha. And when it comes to like, you said it was easy, but at the same time, was it a lot of work? Like all these projects coming in every.
See, what they used to do, I know, what they used to do is like, you have a project in class, in your first class, right? You have an English project, first class is due on Wednesday, right? Math project is due like next week on Thursday. But getting towards senior year, you got like 3 projects due on the same day. So you dressed up, the whole day. You gotta, I didn't put this, I gotta put this. Then they gonna hit us with this engineering class out of nowhere senior year. Then they got us in this enrichment class senior year. What are you enriching me for? What are you enriching me for? Like, that didn't make any sense. Like, that's the one thing I didn't like. Because other high schools, other seniors, they got 2 classes, 3 classes, and then they done. Why we got 8 classes as a senior? Then we can't leave campus. Like, we didn't put campus right next to 3rd Ward. You put campus next to 3rd Ward.
Yeah.
And so that's just a lot.
Gotcha. Okay, and so like after high school, did you have it figured out what you wanted to do?
No, not at all. At high school, out of high school, I was like, all right, I didn't do the football thing, right? So, but I knew I wanted to make a lot of money. Because the thing is, with the football thing, how people be like, I love football. I love football too. But it was more of a, I'm really good at this thing, and people who are really good at this thing make a lot of money. Therefore, I can use this thing that I'm really good at to make a lot of money.
Okay.
It wasn't like, some people be like, man, I love the job so much, I do it for free. No. I would not play football for free.
For free, okay.
Yeah, like, no. Like if I get an NFL and they're like, oh, like $50,000, like, no, I can make this at a desk job. Like, you don't have to pay me millions or something.
To be getting hit every day.
Yeah. Like, come on now. So, the reason why I wanted to go into the NFL is because I knew that 1, I could keep up with everybody, and 2, I would make a lot of money. But then since I didn't pursue the football thing, I was like, damn, like, I gotta pick something else. And I started off with, I want to make a lot of money. What can I do to make a lot of money? I said business. Business people make a lot of money, right? I'm be a business major, That was so stupid. Like, I wish somebody would have asked me and like looked at me and be like, no, that's stupid.
Why was it stupid for you?
Because it's like, my mind frame was, I want to make a lot of money when I get out of college. I need a business degree to do that. When in actuality, a lot of people with other degrees make a lot of money. Like, not only business people make a lot of money. And I wanted to do geology at first. But then someone was like, geology don't make a lot of money. Wish I would research that before I just,
just went with that.
Yeah, with business. Because I was going to go to New Mexico University of New Mexico to do geology.
Okay.
But then the girl, when I had the little college thing, that girl that was at the table, I was talking to her, she was going to get me on the football team because she knew the coach. She was going to send her my stuff because she was like related to the coach or something. She knew the coach, and they had a great geology program there, so I was going to go there. Boom, 2 birds with 1 stone. Over winter break, she just disappeared. Didn't email me back, nothing. Turns out she moved to PV. What a coincidence, right? What a coincidence. So now I'm at PV, I'm a business major, and after taking my first semester of class, I really did not like it.
Okay. And with business, I feel like many of the people that do make a lot of money, that do have businesses, they really didn't go for business.
Yes.
Like, if you know how to make money, you can make money, like, you
anyway.
don't need a class. Yeah. That's how I feel about business.
It's like, some people are good at it, and those are people who make a lot of money. But the people who have to learn it, those people are like, you know, they don't make as much money as people who are just naturally gifted at it. Like the person who can just sit you down and sell you anything is like, those are the people who are gonna make all the money. But the people who you have to sit them down and teach them how to sell anything to a person, those are people who, you know, they make some money, but it's not like the big bucks, you know. You're not driving your a Benz, you know. You're driving your Camry. You're driving your Toyota Camry places.
Okay, so I remember, like there were a few hustlers at Energy, that were selling candy. They were selling all sorts of things, man. And so, weren't you selling at some point, like candy and like some stuff?
See, I didn't sell, but I made sure I stayed in the loop.
Okay.
Because the thing is, I like to observe. You know, before I jump into things, I like to observe and see and watch the trends and see everything before I just go on in it. Because some people started and they didn't finish. You know, some people started and didn't finish. So I like to watch the trends and see how things go, so that if I wanted to do it, I would know how.
Okay.
Like, no one was competing with JJ. No one was competing with JJ.
What about Prentice?
Come on now, like Prentice was not competing with JJ. This let me tell you, this how JJ had it. This how much lockdown JJ had it. JJ had people in the office working for him who would tell him 3 classes ahead of time, hey, they finna come look for your stuff. JJ also had people who moved the bags places. The bags never stayed in the same spot for a whole class. Every class, the bags moved.
What is JJ doing? I'm curious. Like
right now,
yeah.
JJ is in school. JJ is he works at Best Buy. He also works at Cane's, and then he has some new music coming out.
I know he put out a track senior year.
Yeah. But he has a whole album coming out on mixtape.
Okay.
I have a feature on it actually.
Okay.
Like an interlude. I'm not rapping or singing or anything, but it's an interlude that I put together.
Okay.
For the thing.
You don't have vocals on there?
No.
No vocals.
No. That's coming later on down the road.
With your Chris Brown album?
Yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, JJ, it was so. That's the thing about it. It was so. I don't even know the word for it. Intricate. Like the bags would always move around. They would stop him, and they didn't have any evidence though. That's the thing though. That's how crazy it was. They knew he was doing it. Everyone knows JJ is the guy who sells the stuff, but they can never catch him doing it.
And see, that's the thing. Like that's on some, like he was making
like
money.
Pablo Escobar of candy.
Yeah, which like I'm sure he was making a lot. And if you're making that much without selling drugs, like you're doing something right.
That's crazy.
So,
the amount of money he was making was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like he had so many people. Then it got to a point where he had people who would just sell it for him, so he wouldn't have to. He just touched the money. He just got the money to come in. Like I remember one time I bought something from JJ. I bought something from him in class. Like we in class, right? He said I ain't a bag on me. Text message. Some random sophomore kid comes in our math class and drops off what I just bought and then leaves the class.
It's Amazon Prime, bro. Amazon.
What? That's how crazy it was. Another time, this kid, he had JJ's bag, and they was like, look, he got in trouble.
Okay.
Look, we know you work for JJ. We know you do. All we need you to do is just snitch on him. He said, I ain't snitching on nothing. I ain't got nothing to snitch on. This is my stuff. This is all my stuff. Bro got suspended for 3 days for JJ. I wouldn't get suspended for 3 days for JJ. He took a 3-day suspension just to save JJ. That loyalty is crazy, man. That loyalty is crazy.
Okay, so now let's talk about you, man. Like, well, what were you hustling in, like in high school, and like right now, like what's your hustle?
Hustle?
Or your motivation, like?
I mean, in high school, I was just so football orientated. It was crazy. It was like I wanted to be the best. I knew I was the best, but people like Nathaniel. That's why I like people like Nathaniel in my life. He'd always challenge me, because like Nathaniel would be the only person to, like if we doing one-on-ones, that would be the only person to walk out there, because you know he thought he was as good as me. Well, come on, I was better than Daniel. But that was in high school. My main goal was to be the best person. My main goal was to get out of high school, and then extracurricular stuff. I wanted to be the best person in the whole high school of football, right? And I achieved that goal. But now that I look back on it in college, I was like, they had a freshman year. We had a intramural football. My team won the championship. So I was like, I still got it. Got the whole medal and everything. We played defense. It's crazy. But what I've been doing recently is I started this foundation called the I Can Be Foundation. And what we do is we go to like underprivileged elementary schools, middle schools, and we donate school supplies.
Okay.
And we like inform them like, look, like you don't only have to sell drugs, get in the gang, do all this stuff if you want to be successful. You can literally be anything you want to be in life, but you just got to be able to work for it. Like anybody can be anything.
Do you truly believe that?
Yeah, I honestly believe it, because if I read this paper in English class about these immigrants coming over from Mexico to the United States, not knowing any English, right? In 10 years, he started up his own corporation of like little Mexican spices.
Yeah.
That like the top labels like green and red.
Spices
and white
or sauces?
Like spices.
Okay,
like spices. Yeah.
Okay.
He was an immigrant from Mexico. He didn't know any English, and now he's a multi-millionaire.
Okay, but it takes skill, right? Like, would you agree with me? Like,
yeah, I mean, I feel like, but if you work hard at it enough, you will succeed.
You will land somewhere.
Yeah, like it's literally there's no barrier but yourself. Like you just gotta put the work in. Like I could be a doctor if I wanted to, but I gotta go through medical school. I gotta, it's gonna be those late nights. You're not gonna get no sleep because you're studying for these tests. You gotta pass all these tests. A nurse and a doctor, you gotta keep moving up and stuff. You can do it. You just gotta be able to put the work in. And some people don't want to put the work in. That's why they're like, man, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. But that's why I want to get to the youth and tell them, like, hey, if you want to do this, you can do it. You just gotta put the work in.
For sure.
Like that. I mean, I feel like the kids are getting lazier and lazier now, right? They see like, oh, I can make a SoundCloud, or I could become a SoundCloud rapper and become a millionaire in a little bit. That don't work for everybody.
Okay, yeah, and so like with the whole multi-millionaire thing, like that's crazy though.
Yeah.
Like not everyone's gonna be a multi-millionaire. You get me? Like,
yeah, I see what you're like.
Not everyone's
the way
cut out for that.
Yeah.
You know, like there's people that make $100,000 a year, which is not bad.
And they're comfortable there.
Yeah, and there's people that make maybe $250,000.
Yeah.
Most of us.
And they're comfortable there.
Exactly.
But the people who are millionaires, they wanted more. That's what it was. They wanted it more. And they wanted more. Like the guy who makes $100,000 a year, a wife, kids, family, fine, he's perfect. He don't need nothing else. As long as he makes enough money to sustain his family,
he's good.
And he's good.
Okay.
But the guy who wants more, the guy who doesn't just want to drive the minivan, he wants to drive the Lamborghini. He wants to drive the Mercedes Benz. He wants to drive the new Audi. He wants that a Tesla. That's the guy who's gonna keep,
hustling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And anybody can just keep hustling, but it's just, do you want to? It's like, I don't need to. I have a family. I have $100,000. I don't need to.
Yeah.
But it's just personal, how you are as a person.
Okay. I feel you.
Not everybody wants $1 million. I guarantee everyone doesn't want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
The thought of it is cool, but once they see like the
how
work
much
you
work
gotta
you
do,
got exactly.
like nah, that's cool. I watch other people be a millionaire on TV. I don't want to do
But
that.
they don't want it.
Yeah.
So do you think it's important to like if you want something, you're vocal about it? Like your actions have to map that.
I'm a strong believer that you can literally speak that into existence.
Like you gotta do it. Like,
yeah.
You gotta put in the work.
Yeah. You can speak into existence as long as you put in the work.
Yeah.
You gotta commit.
Okay.
A lot of people not committed. You gotta commit.
You gotta commit. Okay. I like it. So let's talk about the foundation. Why'd you start the foundation? And also, how are you? You already mentioned you're helping kids, right? Elementary schools.
Yeah.
What elementary schools specifically like?
So the first one is the elementary school I went to, Tinsley, Eleanor Elementary School. It's literally down the street from my house, like walking distance.
Okay.
And the first drop, we call them drops. The first drop we're doing is on the 16th, Tuesday. So what was that? Like next week? It's in 10 days. So 10 days from now, we're going to be dropping off. We got like Halloween bags.
Okay.
And we filled them with school supplies. So 2 notebooks, rulers, pencils, glue sticks, markers, color pencils. So each of those Halloween bags has all that in it, and there's 40 of them. I don't know if there's 40 kids or not, but we got 40 of them. And I'm giving them to my my 4th grade teacher. She still works there, so now she's a science lab teacher. So we're donating them to her class specifically. And the reason I did it was because, like, where the school sits, it's kind of like divided. Like, if you walk this way towards my house, you know, a lot of Caucasians live there. There's houses. If you walk this way, it's like rundown apartments, West Belford, you know. So everybody, I mean, I feel like the people who walk this way, because my grandmother lives this way, so I would walk with them sometimes and see how they're living and stuff. And it's like, you know, like, damn. And another reason was when I went to the elementary school to volunteer with the coach and stuff, help the coach out, this 3rd grade kid, this little black kid, 3rd grader, he gonna look up to me, he goes, "Hey, what gang you with?" I said, "What? What gang?" He said, "What gang you?" I said, "I'm not in a gang." He said, "Oh, for real, I'm a blood." I said, like, what does this little 3rd grader know about being a blood? You know?
Yeah.
And if he keeps that same I'm a blood mentality,
yeah.
like he ain't gonna get out of high school. He either gonna get shot, gonna get arrested,
or something. Yeah.
Something, you know? So if I can stop the problem at the root, you know, where it begins. So instead of I'm a blood or I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be this, you know? That's why it's called I can be. I can be this, I can be that, I can be this.
Gotcha.
So that's the first one we're gonna do is Tinsley. Then after that, you know, you can't get middle school Halloween bags. So we're gonna have to figure out something else to do with Fondra Middle School is gonna be the next one, because that's where so people who are in it right now is me, Sharon, me, Nathaniel James, Amanda. We are all the people who, you know, help put this first little drop together. But then after that, I'm gonna try to get more people to donate money, because right now all that money we spent was my money. Like, I pay for the notebooks.
Gotcha.
I pay for all of that, my money. I can't keep doing that. I ain't got the money like that, you know. So hopefully we get people to
you
donate.
gotta find someone that like knows how to run a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Or like, cause that's kind of what it seems like.
Yeah, it's nonprofit. So
yeah.
I wanted to do the first drop to prove to people, like, hey, you know, I'm a broke college student and I can do this, right? So what can you do to help your community out?
Okay.
Like, you don't have to be, like, people think, oh, you gotta be rich to be able to, you know, help out the community. Yeah. I'm a broke college student. You know, I owe thousands of dollars.
Let them know how much.
What is it? I just borrowed $12,000 this year. That's just for this school year. Last school year, it was like what, $15,000, and that's not even counting the interest. That's just how much I borrowed. So that $12,000, I gotta pay back $23,000. And if I owe money like that, and I can still do this, you know, you can do something.
Okay, so that's your message.
Yeah.
I like that, man. Because you're not just saying it, but you're actually going through with it.
Yeah.
And you're showing people just the power that a college student can do, you know, at this level.
Exactly.
So that's special. And I think in regards to helping that must be crazy to find 3rd graders saying those sort of things. And I want to talk about the culture. So do you feel like when it comes to that, like the music, a lot of people that are underprivileged or lived in, hard situations, either want to do drugs, be a rapper, be an athlete. Like, I feel like those are kind of like the three, like, big ones there.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally, rapping, basketball, or gangbanging. Those are three options you got. Athlete, rapper, drug dealer. Those are three options you got, right? Those three options that they think they have, I should say. Because, literally, I mean, but it also depends on the neighborhood you live in. Because as a child, you can be imprinted on easily. Like, if you grow up around a whole bunch of drug dealers, 9 out of 10 times you're going to be a drug dealer too. If you grow up in a house of athletes, 9 out of 10 times you're going to be an athlete. But the thing is, some situations is just so harsh to where the message won't matter. Like, I can do this in my neighborhood because I know that those kids still have a chance, right?
Yeah.
They still have a chance. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be drug dealing. You don't have to play basketball or football. But if you try to go to that, like, Detroit and try to do that, or like the real hard neighborhoods of Detroit or Chirac, they're not gonna listen to you. Like, it's already set in stone. As soon as you're born, all right, we got another drug dealer, another gangbanger.
It's just the environment.
Yeah.
So how do they break out of that? Like, how do people break out of that, in your opinion?
In my opinion, you gotta move. You gotta move away.
You gotta move away from
the
environment.
Like, if you want to be like, everybody in Chirac can't be Chief Keef. Everybody in Chirac cannot be Chief Keef. But if you were born in Chirac and you want to be like a doctor, you gotta move. You gotta move. Because literally, you can say, you know what, I'm not gonna sell drugs, I'm not gonna be a gangster, I'm gonna do nothing, I'm gonna go to school, pay attention in school, get all A's, be able to go to whatever college I want to. But just because you do that, what is going to stop a random stray bullet from hitting you in a drive-by? So all that just went to nothing.
Now, I want to throw this question at you. Do you think that's an advantage to grow up in a rough neighborhood without many things?
I mean,
do you think that's an advantage, or do you think that's a disadvantage? Or is it a little of both?
It's a little of both, because it's really humbling to grow up like that. It humbles you, because I didn't grow up poor or anything. I didn't grow up rich, but I didn't grow up poor. I got stuff for Christmas all the time. I'm a giver. Like, I like to give things myself, because on the opposite hand, one of my friends, Ralph grew up poor. Ralph didn't have it. I remember in middle school, one day in middle school, towards the end of the year, my dad bought me 4 pairs of Air Force Ones. The white ones, the all white the cocaines, that's what they call the coke. He bought me 4 pairs. What I need 4 pairs of the same shoe for? When my homeboy Ralph walking around in some beat up shoes, because he can't afford new shoes. Yeah. So I gave Ralph my shoes, Ralph needed glasses one time, and you needed money to go to the field trip to get the glasses. He didn't have the money to go to the field trip for the glasses, so I went on a field trip with him. We both went on a field trip, and then I gave him my glasses. First of all, I didn't want to wear glasses. Second of all, I knew Ralph needed the glasses more than I needed the glasses.
Yeah.
So, seeing presents under the Christmas tree every Christmas versus, not having anything, like Christmas is just another day, it humbles you to see something like that. Like, man, like growing up I'm thankful, it makes you thankful for the things that you have. Like, if you grow up like that, like how Ralph grew up, and then you be able to afford the things you want to buy, it makes you value those things more. It makes you more thankful. It makes you a better person. Like Ralph won't steal, he don't lie, because he, this is the way he was brought up. But Ralph was also different because he didn't fall into the drug dealing, rapping, I want to play sports, I'm gonna do this. Ralph was like the outlier of that whole situation. So he would be like the perfect example of you don't have to,
follow through that.
Yeah, you don't have to follow what everybody else is doing.
And I think you reach a certain level where you kind of know if you're good enough. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. I thought I was good enough, and I thought I was gonna make it to the in soccer. That was my first passion. I thought I was gonna be a professional soccer player. By middle school, I knew I wasn't gonna make it. You kind of it hits you. You're like, you know what? I'm not that good.
Yeah.
I'm good, but I'm not that good. Then it was basketball. For like
I remember that.
For like freshman year.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know what? It's not for me. I mean, I like sports like you.
Yeah.
Like I like playing.
Like recreational.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I love it, and I'm competitive, and like I like it. But for most people, I feel like it doesn't. Either it hits them, or they realize, you know what, this is not what I'm gonna do. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
I gotta figure something else out. Kind of like you. Football's not gonna be for you.
Yeah, I knew I was too behind. Like I felt like senior year, if I would have like the junior year that summer, going to senior year, if I would have worked out all summer, the senior year going to freshman year of college, if I would have worked out all summer, I could have walked onto a team and been been a walk on. But I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to put the work in. I had other stuff to do, and I was like, I'm not going to invest because it's a high risk but high reward. I'm not going to invest all this time into something because if it's like a 50-50 chance of if I'm going to make it, because then it's like, now I'm just a broke student athlete with no scholarships with a psychology degree, because most athletes, like, they do easy degrees like that, or they do like, like very super easy majors, like, oh yeah, I'm an art major, or, I'm not saying the art majors are easy, but saying like, they don't become art majors because they want to be artists. They become art majors because
just to get through school.
Yeah, just to get through school.
Yeah. So no, I feel you on that, and so that's a good thing. Do you think these kids because you're helping them out, are you just trying to help them figure out what they like, what their passion is, and like, because that's another thing. Like if they find their passion, they work hard towards it. From what you're saying, they can achieve it.
Yeah.
But what if they do want to be that soccer player, or they want to be that football player, that rapper? Like, when do they have to really have that reality check?
So that's the thing. Like, you ask them what they want to be, right? And you'll get that one kid that says, I want to be in the NFL. You got two options. You can tell that kid, you're not going to be in the NFL. The statistics of you being in the NFL are so low, you are more likely to, win the lottery before you get in the NFL. Or you're more likely to be struck by lightning before you get in the NFL. Or you're more likely to be bit by a shark while living in, Oklahoma than get in the NFL. Or you tell them, okay, you want to be in the NFL? You need to do this, all these things, and you hit them with reality, and even though you do all the things that I tell you to do, exactly how I tell you to do it, when I tell you to do it, there is still a chance that you won't be in the NFL. And then you wait for their response, and they can either do one or two things. One, they say, oh, well, let me think about something else, which means that they didn't really want to be in the NFL.
Exactly.
But, they thought about it. But then you have that one kid that says, okay. Then that's when you're like, okay. Then do it. You say you want to do it, then do it.
And they do it.
Yeah. Okay. And that's why there's so many NFL players, because those are those kids that they're like, I'm doing this, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be the best at it, and I'm going to go to the NFL. I'm going to speak this into existence, and no one can tell me otherwise. Those are the Alvin Kamaras of the NFL. Those are the Ray Lewises, right? the Marshawn Lynch's. They didn't have no other option but to go to the NFL. Like, what's it? Marshawn Lynch. Oakland, come on, bro. He either shooting, selling drugs, or rapping. But he became an athlete because he didn't want to do those things. And he was that kid who's like, I'm going to the NFL. So if we come across an outlier like that, yeah, we're going to, we'll tell him, like, you're, like, literally going to the NFL is just as hard as becoming a doctor. Like, you got to do a lot of work, but there's still a chance that you won't. Like, NFL, you do all the work I tell you to do, and you still might not be in the NFL. But a doctor, you do all the work that they tell you to become a doctor, you'll become a doctor. It's not like a 50-50 chance.
It's just
no doctor draft.
Yeah, for sure. So I think, like, in regards to the process, because I like to talk about that, I think you have to love it. Like, you have to love, like, the day in and day out. You're not gonna have every day be a, like, I guess, glorious day, but you gotta really enjoy it. Like, if you don't, when it gets rough, either through school or when you hit, that rough patch.
Yeah, that's what I like about Drew Brees, for example. That's a guy who loves the game of football. Drafted to the Chargers, hurt his shoulder, was let go by the Chargers, right? They said, "Oh, you won't be able to play in the NFL no more, dog. You're hurt. No one's gonna want you as a quarterback. You're a quarterback. You can't throw right." The Saints pick him up, and see if we can, make something work. A couple seasons later, he wins the Super Bowl.
I hate that. I hate that Super Bowl because they beat the Colts. I remember that Super Bowl.
But I wrote a whole paper about this, and I think it was published by Rice about the underdog effect. Literally, he had the whole state of Louisiana on his back. Katrina and all that happened.
That was special.
And this is the first time they've been to the Super Bowl in like how long? Like what? I think that's their second Super Bowl ever, or their first one. I think it's their second one. But they hadn't. This team sucked so bad they were nicknamed the Aints because they were like they ain't gonna win the game.
I saw an interview with Lil Wayne. He said he was he's from Louisiana.
Yeah. And
he was saying that he likes the Saints, but at the time they were so bad you had to have a second team.
Yes.
And so his team was the Green Bay Packers. Like that was his team.
Yeah.
But, like no one knew who they were. So okay.
Like, and that he had to, like literally, if you play that game, like literally, the Saints skill wise should not have beat the Colts. They should not have beat the Colts.
That was
They shouldn't have beat the Colts. Everyone was just happy that they got to the Super Bowl.
For sure.
And it was luck that they even got to the Super Bowl. But I mean, literally, the universe works in mysterious ways. God had a plan, and the Saints won the Super Bowl. And Texas fans can't tell me anything because they can't do it. So
it's all good. So man, that's crazy. I don't know how to compare that to like LeBron winning in Cleveland. I mean that's
that is amazing.
Like
he said he's at home. He says I have to leave to become better. I need to leave my home to become a better player overall. But I will return, and when I do return, I will win a championship here. And he did it. That's crazy.
He did it.
Young LeBron said, I will bring a championship back home to Cleveland when I come back. He said, I will do this, and he did it.
I think what makes it special is he is from Ohio.
Akron.
From Akron. So, like, that makes it even more,
gives you chills.
It does.
That gives you chills. That's why he's the greatest player on the planet. Planet Earth. He's better than Michael Jordan. Better than Kevin Durant. I swear.
All right.
On and off the court.
On and off the court.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, what has Michael Jordan done? He starts this little basketball camp. LeBron opened a school. Stop it. Come on now. What are you doing? What is he? And he's doing this while he's still in the league. LeBron's still in the league, opening school. What did Michael Jordan do in the league? Gambled, and smoked, and drank a lot. That's all I gotta say. On and off the court.
I mean, who am I to judge? But
LeBron over Jordan.
LeBron over Jordan. Okay, I respect that. So now talking about we already talked about your foundation, what you got going on in college. I think one of the last topics I want to wrap is a lot of people have pressure to like go to a 4-year institution, and we were kind of talking about that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give seniors? I know you're helping little kids. You know, what advice would you give a senior or a junior that's thinking about, man, what am I gonna do? Should I go to that 4-year institution?
So
what's your take on that?
So what I did, so like the thing about it is when you're in high school, if you go to a community college or you go to a 2-year or a JUCO, you're considered dumb. Let's just be, frank with it. Everyone thinks you're stupid. They think, oh, you weren't smart enough to get into a 4-year school or whatever. That's false. What I would have done differently is if I was given a second chance, this is literally how you save the most money. If you're not, one of the top 15, 10% where your school's paid for, if you're top 10 and everything's paid for, yeah, go to 4-year college, of course, because it's paid for. You don't have to pay for it, you personally. But you go to community college where it's cheap, get your basics, college algebra, calculus, your histories, your English classes, get all of those preliminaries out of the way so you don't have to deal with that. And then once you feel you're ready, then you go to that 4-year university, and obviously your credit's going to transfer over. And now basically the classes you have to take are your major specific classes. So now you only have to focus on those. So now you have all this time of focusing on what you're going to do versus a person who went straight into the 4-year university and they have 6 classes and only one pertaining to what they're actually going to do in life, versus you who have all the classes that are all going to pertain to what you're going to do in life. So that's what I would have done if I would have actually looked at it and sat down and thought about it. But I didn't do that. So now I'm stuck in that boat of I'm at a 4-year university. I owe a lot of money, some to the government, some to other places, and it's like you have to get a good paying job out of college, because if you don't, then you really gonna be broke.
That's really unnecessary though, if you think about it, like the stress that comes with that. I mean,
because the thing is, I want to be able to go leave college and clear that debt within being 2 years out of college.
Okay.
Because I don't want to have to carry that with me. I'd rather stress about it now than stress about it later. Like my mom's still paying back student loans. My mom is still paying back student loans, and she's like, oh, I gotta pay the student loans off. Student loans? You've been out of college for how long? I'm like, and she's stressed about it now.
So that scares you.
Yeah, she's stressed about it now. So I'm like, I'm young. I stress about it right now.
So in the future, you're good.
Yeah, I always think about it like, future Corbin's gonna thank me. Future Corbin's gonna thank me, and
Corbin Jr.'s gonna thank you.
Corbin Jr.'s gonna thank me. They're gonna thank me. And another thing, it's like, I don't know if parents should stop doing this, but it's like, if you save like $30 of your paycheck every time you get paid, when you have a kid, by the time it's time for them to go to college, then you'll have enough money for them to go to college. Like, I thought parents did that. Like, I thought there was, college savings. I thought that was a thing. That is not a thing. Every parent does not do that. I was mistaken. I was highly mistaken.
And so that's another thing, right? Like, you get to that year and you ask mom and dad, okay, like, what are we gonna do? And that's awkward, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like, it's awkward because if you do have to get that debt, you have to talk about, okay, so how much are you gonna give? How much am I gonna give?
Yeah.
Are you even gonna give me anything?
Yeah.
Is this all on me?
Exactly.
And then you get hit with the real.
Yeah. You get like, hey, welcome to the real world. Yeah. No. So that's definitely one thing I'm gonna do when I grow up and have kids is start saving money. So like when they start saving money, you go to ACC first. You go to a community college first, and then after that, 4-year university, and everything be paid for, so they don't have to stress. It's a lot of stress. Like damn, I owe somebody $12,000 right now, but I don't have to pay it until I get out of school. But when I get out of school, if I pay them the payments they want me to, $23,000. How do you borrow some money from somebody and they want you to pay it double back?
Man, that's crazy.
That is insane.
Talking about business, that is a business.
Yeah.
College is a business, and man, I'm glad you expressed that though. Like a lot of people don't want to talk about that, but you're not the only one.
Yeah.
That's I guess that could feel not. You don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Because you know some of your peers are also in that same situation.
Yeah.
So y'all are kind of in the same boat. But that's crazy. So after college, what do you want to do, man? Like,
So I go to PV right now. I'm probably going to transfer to either SFA or U of H to do my geology degree. I want to become a geologist, and hopefully, because one of my mentors right now, his name's Yomi. He works for Halliburton. He showed me around the life conference that they had recently, right next to Discovery Green. Okay. I got to see all these different geologists and all these different things. So there's an enormous amount of things I can do with geology. But one thing I do want to focus on, other than like whatever my main job tells me to do, like it's probably going to be like where to find oil or something like that. But I also want to do like aquifer preservation, so like saving groundwater. And then there's also a program called GeoForce that I'm a part of. I went through it like from 8th grade to senior year.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I went through it as a student, and then now I'm a counselor, so I've gone on 2 trips now. And I want to work with them to get more kids into geology, because not a lot of kids know about geology, but I feel like for me,
that helped you.
Yeah, like for me, in middle school, a lot of people kids in middle school, I know what I want to be. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, other than being in the NFL. But then when I went to GeoForce, I was like, oh, I like this geology. So how they push engineering on us is how they push that hard. But I want to do geology, but show people all the different things you can do with geology. Because they really only push petroleum engineering on us. There's electrical engineering, there's architectural engineering, there's mechanical, there's all these different engineering, and they only show this oil and gas, but that's another story. But I want to be able to show kids like, hey, there's this thing called geology, and let's see if you like it or not. But then I also want to save the planet.
Man, if I had a class, man, and I had JJ in my class, I'd be like, you know what, you keep pushing that can. Like once you get out of high school, like make your business, you gonna make it that way.
Yeah, he's he's business minded. You
can see it, and like in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if JJ is like P Diddy. In 2020, So, and then you have the kids like you, maybe they don't really have it figured out, but they try something they like, and then they follow through with it.
Yeah, and you fall in love with it, and then you realize I can do this for the rest of my life. But it's one of those jobs where you won't have to do it for the rest of your life unless you want to. I want to be able to retire early. That way I can focus on aquifer preservation, helping out GeoForce, things like that. But some people, there's like 60, 50, 70-year-old geologists just still getting out in the field.
Because they love it, man.
They love it so much, and that's what they want to do.
That's what they want,
yeah.
And I think that changes, what you wanted in high school changes to what you want in college, and it just progresses. I'm sure we're gonna figure that out somehow.
It's gonna hit us eventually. It's gonna hit us
for sure. All right, man. Well, I'm glad you were able to come through. It threw me off guard when you snapped me. I won't be on the interview, so that's nice. Maybe we can have some of your James or someone.
Yeah. Or do a group thing.
Have a group
thing. Like multiple of us.
For sure. Maybe talk some football.
Oh yeah, because when you get all of us in a room together, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
When you get all of us in a room together, it's definitely funny.
Man, we gotta get Sharon.
Yeah. He loves to argue. And no, Sharon and Daniel in the same room.
Oh yes,
you get Sharon and Daniel in the same room, and then you find something that they're on opposites about. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's gold. That is gold right there. Get them to argue. That is gold.
Put that out there, man. That's nice. So, okay, before we end the show, though, we like to ask our guests, to tell us 3 things that they really do like. Not just but stuff that has helped them to become better, just overall, and they want to share it with people, like 3 pieces of advice. I know we're both young, so it's kind of weird to give advice at this age, but even then, I feel like you can still instill something positive out there.
So I'd say meditation. Meditation is key. Or just being able to step back from a situation and, get your grounding and understand where you are and what you want to happen and what you need to do to make that happen. Take an inhale and exhale and then continue on, because that helps alleviate a lot of stress that people have. So, meditate, but if you can't find time to meditate, just every now and then, just, relax, that'll be the first thing. Second thing is, always think about the end. Have the end in mind.
Okay.
Like let's say, for example, like when I'm working out, lifting weights and stuff, I'm like, man, I don't want to lift this heavy weight anymore, man. I've been lifting this thing all day. I don't want to keep doing it. But then I think, like, hey, bro, I'm going to be swole, though. I'm going to be big. I'm going to be big. So I was like, okay, I'll keep going. Find that thing that helps you keep going.
Okay.
That'd be the second thing. And then the last thing would probably be to just have fun. Because if you're not having fun, then what's the point of doing it,
Sure.
Find something that, or even if you're not having fun, like, make sure you're happy when you're doing it, Be happy. If you're not happy, then you shouldn't be doing it. And if it doesn't make you happy now, think about will it make you happy in the future. Like, lifting that heavy weight does not make me happy now, but when I get big swole in the mirror, I'm going to be happy in the future.
Yeah.
This is why I keep doing it. So meditate, begin with the end in mind, and then be happy and have fun. Very important. Those 3 things are very important.
I like it. We have Corbin Lawson with us, man. And before we end the show, hit us with where we can find you, social media. Let the people know, man.
So on
these workout videos.
On YouTube, I'm at Claw's Life, KLAWSLIFE. On Instagram is Geo_Claw, like the beginning of geology, Geo_Claw. Snapchat is Taylor-Corbin. Taylor's my middle name. And on Twitter, I don't want people to look at my Twitter.
No,
Twitter's different. Yeah,
we're gonna keep
it.
We're
gonna keep Twitter.
Is that where you rant? Like when the Saints lose, you just let it all out on Twitter?
Man, about school, about
anything. That's when you okay.
Yeah, but definitely look me up on Instagram. I have getting ready to put out some of the footage. That's where I'm posting the stuff from when we do the first drop intensely.
Okay.
I'll be posting that on Instagram. I might do a little snippet of that, put that on YouTube, but both of us are going to be on Instagram.
Gotcha.
YouTube is mainly just me and my friends, shoes, basketball, football, video games. That's on YouTube. And then any life updates, that's all on Instagram.
Okay. Nice. So we can be expecting that drop coming soon. Man, I'm really happy, man, for you. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
And we'll definitely be keeping up to see where you are in life and what you got going on.
Most definitely.